This conference will now be recorded.
Have taken COVID-19 booster dose, sir.
Then you will
Third
do
dose.
good.
For today, I am weak.
All right. See, we learned TS SOLL. SOLL. First period, second period. DAVA. TDAVA first period, TDAVA second period. DAVA. Now some companies, they don't use DIVA for calculation of the rates. They don't use DIVA for the calculation of the rates. They use DIVP. What is DIVP? Average plan working days or hours. Okay, average plan working days or hours based on frequency. KDAVP is what? Calendar days. In 1 month, usually DIVA January, February, March, April, again May, June, July. These are DIVA values. DIVP values in case of monthly. Always it is 30. So for the calculation of daily rate, it is always a 30, whatever the month is. In case of bi-weekly, it is 15. Semi-monthly, in case of semi-monthly, it is 15. Okay, bi-weekly 14, weekly 7. So these are constants. In case of ADAVP, generally this may be 23, 21, 22, 23. It can be 22 or 23 on an average, generally. DAVA, in case of DAVA. Okay, the actual working days is counted. But in case of DIVP, always it takes, in case of monthly, in case of bi-weekly, weekly, semi-monthly, bi-weekly, weekly. So this is fixed constants, not calculated. Constants, fixed constants. Why this is required? Some cases, guys, the 10,000 per month, they say the 10,000 per month, the salary that we are paying, okay, is for the 30 days rate. It's for 30 days every month. Okay, so employee joined on 21st అనుకుందాం. Okay, now the daily rate is calculated 10,000 divided by TKDAVA in case of TKDAVP and then into 11 days. 10,000 divided by 30. Even if it is a January, it is 30. February, it is 30. March, it is a 30. So it's an average plan working days. KDAVP, ADAVP, both are Constants. Where are the constants maintained? These constants are taken from see. So in interview, definitely they'll ask you what is the difference between SOLL and DAVA, or DAVA and DIVP. Differences are what? Both DIVA and DIVP are divisors for the calculation of the rates. DIVA actual plan working days in a month. DIVP average basis. So this is a constant. It's a frequency. Okay, in case of monthly, 30, semi-monthly, weekly, bi-weekly. Okay, so these three, DAVP, SOLL, DIVA, these three are calculated by PRTT function and store it in the PRTT table. SDIVP, where is it calculated from? SDIVP. SDIVP, it is pay period working hours. Where is it calculated? From info tab 8. SDIVP is always a, so it is showing 208. Where is it taken from? So info tab 7, when info tab 7 is changed, some cases info tab 8 also should be modified. So 173 in the one split, and first split 6 days kabatti, it has a 6 days in the first split. So in the first split it takes 208. In the second split it takes, first split 208, second split 173. Check it. Okay, so this are calculated by PRT. Next, PARX, not PARX. First AX star star. We covered SOLL, we covered DIVI, we covered DIVA, and we covered DIVP. Now AX star star. This is a count for the paid public holidays. So where is it stored? PRTA. In this table you can see it. PRTA. Okay, this is stored. All above three are stored where? PRTT. PRTA. So look at it. There is a PRTA here. If you go to it, in the first period 3 calendar, AX star star. AX star star. There are 3 public holidays are there in the first partial period. Means 1 to 15, 3 holidays are there. Verify it. This is one holiday. Someone again change it the data. It is based on the holiday class. Who changes this? Day type should be there only on holidays. Someone created a work schedule with a incorrect day type selection rule. All these are holidays now. So you see 1 to 15 there are 3 holiday classes. There are 3 holiday classes. Earlier I told you it is counted based on the day type. It is based on holiday class. Holiday class 1, 3, 1. There are 3 holiday classes 1 to 15. Public holidays counted based on calendar days falling on working days. Public holidays falling on working hours, scheduled hours. Total 24 scheduled hours falling in public holiday. In the second partial period, if you look at this, only one holiday is there. Only one holiday is there. So counted. This is a paid public holidays. So that's all about parameters. Okay, parameters. Now we have parameters. Can we calculate the rates? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
How do we use DIVP and DIVP for the calculation of the rates? Basic pay, hourly rate. So these are the rates. So these rates are normally stored in /0 series waste types. Okay. You can plan these rates always in any country. /001 is always a hourly rate. All other rates can be stored in any other technical waste types from /0022 /099. You can use. If technical waste types are not available, you have only 001 and 002 in the system. Go to PU30, copy 002 and create /005. Like this, you can create n number of technical waste types. In PU30, you can copy from this technical waste type to new technical waste type. If your company is using a 5 rates, okay, you need a 5 technical waste types. If your company is using a 10 rates, you need a 10 technical waste type from 001 to 0110, 010, 010. So in your company, I mean the country that you are working in a standard, only 001, 002, 003 may be available, but you can create other valuation basis waste types also by copying from the existing technical waste types. Don't copy from any other model waste type. Copy from this technical waste type to this technical waste type. Okay, so now I need a 4 rates here. I need a 4 rates which I'm going to use. These rates, I'm going to use these rates for the valuation of time waste types. For the valuation of time waste types. So what should we do? This rule, tell me the parameter name, which divisor you would use here? Anyone? Which parameter?
TSDIVI, sir. TSDIVI.
DIVI, SDIVI. Some cases
SDI.
the client might give us SDIVP, average calendar days. Work schedule to work schedule, DIVI is changed, but DIVP remains same. So client might use the actual plan working hours of the employee based on the shift, the average pay period hours calculated in InfoDAP 8. So whichever is the one, okay, we should use that. Either this one or that one. And this one divisor is what?
KDIVI and KDIVP, sir.
No, it's KDIVA only. The calendar days in a pay period means KDIVA. Average calendar days means DIVP. This one?
ADIVI, sir.
This one?
KDIVP.
Now, this rates calculation can be divided in two rules. One is the addition of primary waste types into technical waste types. Next, division of amounts in technical waste types by parameters. This rule, see a rule, a business rule can be split in, written as a multiple rules. Someone write entire logic in one rule. Someone split that logic into 2 rules, 3 rules to keep it simple and for easy maintenance. They split that logic into multiple rules. Okay, there is no fixed method that everyone should follow this only. Okay, whichever is the right method that you identify for the calculation of the rates, you follow it. All that the client need is output, right? Output. Clear? So SAP has provided templates. The template PCRs in the schema for the calculation of the rates, which are U010, U013, processing class 01. These two rules are executed based on the processing class 01. For now, I'm not using the template one. I'm going to use my own rule for the calculation of the rates now. Okay, I'm going to use my own rule for the calculation of the rates. So temporarily, I deactivate them. Okay, create valuation basis. Valuation basis means always /0 series waste types, which are rates. So look at it. First rule, adding a primary waste type to ZQR0. We should take hourly and salary differently. This rule is not based on NYAB. It is specific to the employees of group grouping rates and away. Because for hourly rate, we are already maintaining it in an info.8 for hourly employees. Salaried employees, we need to calculate the rate. For hourly, you don't need to calculate the rate. Move the step to output table. If any number exists, remove it. I don't need a number from this waste type to be added. Both the number and unit split are not required. It is not added in this. These two are part of 003 and 004, but not first two rates. This also. Special allowance is not part of special allowance is not part of 003. Special allowance is not part of 004. Clear? So transport allowance also same. It is not part of 003. I mean it's 001 and 002. It is part of 3 and 4. Special allowance and transport allowance both are part of 3 and 4, not part of 1 and 2. So that's why I'm not adding that special allowance into. Okay, next we have 1 year 00 hourly rate. Hourly rate, I need only one way step to be generated for this. That's it. for generation of valuation basis from the amounts in primary wage types. PIT, ZQ, R0. What should I use here? GEN or a blank or a processing class? Anyone?
GEN, sir.
You practice the rules again and again. Anyone else?
Processing class 1, sir.
Where I am calling the processing class 1 in this rule?
Processing class 1. Not calling processing class 1. Sir, blank, sir, blank. You're
It should
calling
be blank.
specific wage
And
types.
parameter 3 should be
Nothing, sir, blank.
blank. So check the rates are the bases are generated or not. Bases are generated. There is a basis here. /0 series wage types, 4 wage types are generated. Okay. Why these units required in this? Units not required in this. So I deleted units, right? But why these are generated? LMZ, LMZ, 0 equal to n. Where these are coming from? So maybe previous PCR is generating it. 1 minute, guys. We have written the rules the other day, right? Here. J3. It is in deactivated mode where this is coming from? This one? Yes. That's not a standard rule, okay? So now we have a basis ready. We have a basis ready. Now calculate the rates. The rates are calculated where? In this wage tab, right? So in the next rule, you need to process this, not the primary wage types. Hourly rate, 12,000 perfect. Okay, daily rate in 002. So basic salary plus uniform allowance and special allowance and transport allowance also included this in leave encashment rate and holiday rate. So now verify it. I mean, calculate the rule for the calculation of rates. Write a rule. Calculate the rates, which is a divisor rule. Second part, which is a divisor rule. 3 and 1. For salaried employee 001 is different. Hourly employee 001 is different. No, you shouldn't move them to the output table. You shouldn't move them to the output table. Rate equal to parameter. You should take T always. Why? The reason is the work schedule in the first period is different from the work schedule in the second partial period. So if you want to take a exact plan working days according to the work schedule, okay, then you should refer T, not G. For both rates and salary proration, we use based on partial period work schedule days. In that partial period, which work schedule is there? Count the days according to that work schedule. Okay, so always use T, never use G. Don't use G. I'll show you some examples where do we use G. See, TK, DI, TS, DAVA. Divide amount with the rate, store it in the rate field. 0 equal to R. Rate equal to TK, DI, VI. Do we need to divide this one? Not required. Just move it to output table because it's already a hourly rate that added to /001. You don't need any division for this. Okay, so this is a rates calculation rule. So insert it after this.
Sir, but the ESG is different, right, sir?
What?
ESG for PCR is different, right, sir, for one.
Yeah.
Then we don't have to calculate hourly rate for them.
What do you maintain in InfoTab 8 for one? Have you created InfoTab 8?
Yes, yes, sir. Hourly rate, yes, yes.
So here we are processing only technical wage step, not custom wage steps. So here maybe you can give how many hours it is taking to verify that. You can give a print value here, print operation here to see what is the number it is reading. So we are writing our rule for the calculation of the rates. If SAP writing this rule, it uses the processing class. It never call specific wage types. Yes or no? Because how would SAP know what are our custom wage types? No, the rates are not calculated. Why? divide amount with the store it in the rate. Oh, I'm removing rate again instead of number, instead of amount. We should not delete the rate. We are writing this rule for the calculation of rate only, but we don't need a amount. We don't need a amount. See, the rates are calculated. So verify it. In the first split, 12,000 divided by 208, 57.69. In the second split, 12,000 divided by 173, 69.36, 172. 12,000 divided by 172. No. 171. How many days are, how many hours are there? 168 or 166. Verify it. DIVI 168. Sorry, it's a 168. It is taking 168. Okay, you get this right. Manual calculation is important. Okay, manual calculation is important. So the next one, 19,000 or 16,800 divided by 31 days. Okay, you get this in both the split, same rate, but 003 divided by 22 days divided by 004 divided by 30 days. See what is the rate you are getting. You know how to calculate these rates, compare. The point is, how do we convert this into SAP processing class method? You have written a rule, but SAP has written with the processing class. How SAP might have written this rule with the processing class? Okay, how SAP writes it? Observe this. How many way steps involved in this? Custom way steps and technical way steps. Custom way steps 4, technical way steps 4. Okay, so processing class 1 is the one that SAP uses for the calculation of the rates. SAP has provided U0, 10. U0, 10. Okay, so look at it. Processing class 01, blank, error, 0, not part of any valuation basis, 1. So here you can take basic pay, here you can take 2 for uniform allowance, special allowance and transport allowance. Okay, so this is a template provided by SAP. So what you can do now, copy this to, this is what we do. We don't write our own rules for this. We don't write our own rules for this, for the calculation of the rates. We use a copied ones from this. U010 copied to ZQ, let's say S0. Okay, copied to ZQ S0. So salaried employees. So assume Processing class 01, specification 1, I'm going to maintain to basic pay. So this rate, basic pay is part of all these rates. Specification 2, I'm going to maintain to uniform allowance. It's part of these rates. Specification 3, both transport allowance and with the specification 3, I'm grouping with the transport allowance and the special allowance. That's it. We are done with the first rule. Okay. This is the processing class 01. Query the wastage processing class 01. If it is 1, that means it's a basic pay. If it is 2, that means it's a uniform allowance. 3, if it is 3, that means it's a special allowance and the transport allowance. Now what do you need to do next? What is the next step? You need to maintain the specifications, right? You need to maintain the respective specifications. 1A00, maintain 1, perfect. Processing class 01, specification 1, 1A01, 1, perfect. Okay, next 1A02, it's part of nothing. Are we using a training allowance in the rates calculation?
No, sir.
It's not part of rates. Can we use it? Can we leave it blank? Can we leave it blank? Is it a mandatory processing class? If I maintain blank, where does it go? If I maintain a blank, where does it go?
Star, sir.
It goes to star, it gives the error. So for every waste step in InfoDAP 8, processing class 01 must be maintained. If the waste step is not used in any rates, at least maintain 0 like training allowance. Okay. Now, uniform allowance 2, perfect. Transport allowance 3. You make sure you have it. Okay. The respective specifications. This is not mine anyway. Okay, you can give. So all InfoDAP 8 waste steps are maintained with the processing class 01. Verify if the rates are calculated. PIT, it's a copy of ZQ S0 processing class 01. Okay, verify it. Are we getting the basis? We are getting the same basis. Now rates calculations. Division part. SAP has provided another template rule, which is X013. Take it. Are we processing the primary waste types in this rule? Anyone? Second rule. Primary waste types means custom waste types. Are we reading a custom waste types in this rule? In the second rule, division rule?
No, sir.
No. We are processing technical waste types. So these are different waste types. And we must not process primary waste types in this rule. So if you are using the same processing class, for the second rule also, the specification that you have used in the first rule must not be used in the second rule. Because in the second rule, it's a different set of waste types. I cannot use 1, 2, 3 again. So altogether I have to use the different specifications here. So I have copied U013 or X013 to ZQS3. ZQS3. Okay. ZQ That's 3. How do we change it? Look at it. For salaried employee, hourly employee, you don't require any calculation, division. Okay, just move them to the output table. But if I use processing class 01, okay, I should use new specifications here. We need 3 specifications here. SAP has used only one as a template, but we can copy it. I put A here. This is TS, DAVA or DIVP, both are fine. Next one is B. Next one is C. We need 4 actually. This is TK This is TA This is TK and after calculating the rate has to be multiplied with the 10%. Okay. Now these specifications represent which waste types? The specification represents which waste types? Anyone?
Technical waste types.
Technical waste type. So have we maintained the specifications? We should maintain them, right? First check if the specifications exist or not. For the processing class 01, T5 to D7, go to this. D2, sorry. T5 to D2. For the processing class 01, we don't have ABCD. Or else you can use 5, 6, 7, 8. Only thing is the specifications that you have used in the above rule must not be used in the below rule because you are using the same processing class in two rules. So instead of ABC, I'll take 5, 6, 7 only because it's already there. So I don't need to. This is 5, sorry. Okay. So make sure you have 5, 6, 7 maintained to respective technical waste types. So any guys who are working in this server, do not change the specifications of technical waste types. Processing classes, accumulation classes, don't change the technical waste types. This is 5, perfect. This is 6, 7 already there. This is also, this is 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. That's it. So the above waste types are maintained with the 1, 2, 3. So those waste types goes here. Those waste types go to the output table from here. But technical waste types processed through this. So this is a standard template for the calculation of the rates. So processing class 01 is for your what? Processing class 01 is for what? Calculation of rates. This is the third processing class we are covering. See? So 001, how is it processed? It is processed with a 5. 002, processed with a 6. 003, processed with a 7. 004, processed with a 8. And these are processed with a star in the second rule. These are not relevant here. Okay. So what is the advantage of having processing class here? In case in the future, if you are creating a new wave step in InfoTap 8, do we have to edit the rule? Or maintaining a specification is enough?
Maintaining specification is enough.
If we create a new wave step, we are introducing a new wave step in InfoTap 8, you just maintain a specification. You don't have to write the rule. But if you write this rule like this, you have to edit the PCR, right? To add that wave step into the at least first PCR, you have to edit the first PCR. Clear? So this is the advantage of calculation of the rates using a processing class 01. SAP provided template, so you make use of it. Practice this for today. Tomorrow we'll move on to another topic. Rates calculation is definite interview question in any interview. See you tomorrow, guys.
Sir, one quick question, sir.
You call me later, okay? I'm getting late for the second batch.